And at 7:08, yeah, let's get pumped, let's get ripped.
Come on, Greg.
I know. Cool,
We love it. Matt Calling from Evolve joins us back in the studio. G'day, Matt. How are you today?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Now, this morning we're talking about motivation, which is something that you're being asked a lot about at the moment from people. How do I remain motivated to work out?
Yeah, so I've had a lot of new people come up to me and start asking about motivation, so it's kind of prompted me to go on to this. Everyone seems to want the muscle, but no one wants to train. You know, like
yeah.
There's not one without the other, right?
And you can't take a pill to get
exactly,
ripped.
you can't. I mean, when you focus on how you want to be, people usually have some kind of idol they want to head towards. And first thing's modelling. You know, if you've got someone you want to head towards, you have to do what they do. So you've got to think, are these people training hard out, or do they train apathetically? Do they train consistently, or do they train when they want? You know, so think who you're focusing on first up. If you've got to model them, you've got to start doing what they do.
That's right.
So what I would say is that there's three key components to not just training but life, but like especially when you're trying to take up a new goal. And one of them is focus. What are you going to focus on? And second one is what meaning you give to that focus. Okay. So and the third one is what you're going to do. Okay. So let's say that you come home and your house is on fire. Here's an extreme metaphor for you. And for some reason, it flicks into your mind that your pound water bill was left on your kitchen bench there, okay?
Yeah.
For some reason, that flicks into your mind. It's the meaning you're going to give that is it doesn't really matter. It's going to flick straight out of your mind, and what are you going to do? Nothing. You know, just like a stupid thought came in now. Now, it's just a piece of paper, right? Now we're going to flick it to something else. Now, just a piece of paper again, but imagine you were grown up, I don't know, an orphan or something like that, and the only letter from your biological parents is on the table, something you value more than anything in the world.
Yes.
Even though your house is on fire, you're more than likely going to be focusing on that. The meaning is I've lost this forever. And that's probably the most impactful thing that's happening in that moment, right? Even though it's still a piece of paper. What are you going to do? Probably not going to run into the fire, but it's going to affect your life. Last thing, you realise that a loved one's in that house. Completely different. Different feelings, different emotions, different action. You're going to run in that house and risk your own life. So that is sort of an example of where you focus what you feel. I think that when people think, I want to start training, they focus on all the wrong things. You're not focusing on the end result of that, I'm going to be like this healthy, strong, fit person I've always wanted to be. You start focusing on, I've got to get a towel, I've got to drive to the gym, I've got to find the gym first, and then I've got to sign out all these things. You start listing all the hard things to get there. But I would say, imagine, remember when you first went to drive a car, and you sat in your car and you got the gear stick and you got a steering wheel, you got a look, you got a signal, all these things to think about. Your brain's working overdrive, can be a bit overwhelming, right? But what is it now? It's just driving.
Exactly. It's just like riding a bike.
Exactly. It's just like riding a bike, you know? Like you just, because you've done it so many times, all the details just get done like that. You don't have to think about it. That's the difference between someone that's actually followed it through and done it for a while. Like for me, it's training. I don't think I have to go to the car, I have to do this, I'll do that, because I've gone past that point. And I think the key is to not focus on the little details that are getting in your way. It's focusing on that end point of, I want to be like this, and that's more of a compelling pull to head
just
towards.
having a realistic goal, I think.
Yeah.
You know,
And I find it very interesting. There's a guy who's just so inspirational here at the radio station. You know, he's never going to be, you know, Mr. Atlas, but I tell you what, he's been working so hard that he came in the other day. He said, I've just come back from the doctors. He's my age, and he said, for the first time in my adult life, I've got my blood pressure under control.
Yeah.
Yep, and he trains with me. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
But
And I
that
just
is someone that hasn't given up. He's had a goal and he's stuck to it. It might have taken him longer than he anticipated.
Kilos.
32 kilos.
He's amazing. And it just goes to show that you can achieve anything no matter what age you are. Greg.
Exactly. He originally came via the Fat Boss program.
He did, that's
didn't he,
right.
in the
Mark
12-week
Dodge,
challenge.
we love you to bits. He's done a really great job.
Yeah, he really has. He's an inspiration, that bloke. Exactly, I mean, was it 54 now? He's lost 32 kilos. He's never had blood pressure like this since he was in his 20s.
Yeah, and he had a goal, and he just started...
Stuck to it.
Like that.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly. Yeah, find your why, and you find your how.
Well, there you go. Well,
Good
that's
stuff. There you go, Greg. You've got someone to aspire to be like.
it. Just like Dodgy, eh?
Yeah, dodgy.
Matt Calling from Evolve Fitness, always a pleasure. Thanks for popping in this
Thanks,
morning.
guys.
It's 7:13. It's Mix.
I've got to be a macho.